Yo, hello everybody and welcome back yet again to another daily update video. My name is CryptoStash and I hope you're having an amazing weekend. Currently it is Sunday and let's get right into the charts as Bitcoin right now is finding a bottom at this previous all-time high right here at 111k.9. You can see if we draw a line right here right now at the previous all-time high, basically you can see price is finding that support right here, which is a bit above my target that we've had right here basically. But I also told you in my previous videos that it is possible that we might also bounce from that previous all-time high, which also might be the case for the stock market. I am expecting for the S&P 500, if it goes down there on the next weekly market open, basically at the previous all-time high right here, I am expecting buyers to be stepping in and potentially sending back higher. In my opinion, if the stock market also bottoms out at its previous all-time high, so will Bitcoin. So in my opinion, Bitcoin did make that bottom right here on a weekend, basically on a Sunday, which is a little bit concerning in my opinion, since weekends tend to be almost every time a fake out, but this time might not be the case, since as you can see right here, our RSI momentum hit perfectly that 20 line right here on the daily time frame and is right now bouncing, as you can see, perfectly after having a whole week, I think, of downside. Yeah, basically 5 days, the whole week since Monday up until Saturday. It was a red bearish week. You can see we did have quite a bit of a sell-off after rejecting for a third time from this value area high of the range. Now for Ethereum is bouncing from its last Fibonacci weekly pivot support. You can see right here, if we go on a lower time frame, we did get below that 786 Fibonacci level and we found our support at this weekly pivot support. Also on the daily, the RSI did not actually hit that 20 line, but it got pretty close, front running it a little bit, and right now we are bouncing back up. And as I have told you right here, while our RSI was still being overbought at the top, I have told you that we might get a consolidation right here or even a slight correction before pulling up to the upside. And this is exactly what is happening right now. So I told you guys, there is it happens every time when the RSI gets overbought, and when it gets oversold, price either consolidates or has a slight correction to the downside, and then it starts running back up. And this is right now exactly what happened. So maybe since the weekly is still overbought on Ethereum, and I think also that's the case for Bitcoin, not so much, we are slightly hitting, getting to that 50 line right here. So maybe we continue like we did in January, basically, when the RSI got overbought. We potentially may get that RSI all the way down to the 20 line on the weekly time frame. But in my opinion, if this happens, this will happen all the way through August potentially, or maybe even at the beginning of September, also during the month of September. So we might get more pullbacks to come to the downside. But for right now, we are finding that bounce right here from the previous all-time high, which in my opinion will potentially hold. It all depends, as I said, on the S&P 500. So if the S&P 500 starts to correct even further down, maybe goes down to 5,880, basically that would be another 5% of correction, then Bitcoin might also get that correction, basically, which I was looking at, down to 100k, basically 101k, that value area low of the previous range. So right now we are finding pretty nice support, but this price, if we get maybe we get a relief pump back to that value area low, and if we do not reclaim that, then we can potentially turn around and continue this trend to the downside basically, and then we potentially will find that bottom at 102k when we take out all of this liquidity, and then Bitcoin can finally take off once again when September ends and basically October Q4 starts. That will be, in my opinion, the perfect scenario for Bitcoin. As you can see on the liquidation heat map, we do still have that much liquidity to sweep to the downside, but also a lot of liquidity sitting to the downside. So very key moment right now. We are in a very tricky situation in my opinion, so we will see how that plays out. Also, as I told you in my previous video, a very big sellout on the Bitcoin ETFs, so we might see this affect price even more if next week we have more sell-offs on the ETF basically. But as of right now, this is a potential bottom, and potentially price will move back up to the old all-time high, and then potentially if we break through and close, we can start pushing even higher without a further correction to come. But in my opinion, since this is Bitcoin, it is very possible that we get firstly a bigger correction before that actual pump, since this is, in my opinion, almost always the case. Solana is also coming back to that POC and that value area low, and here it is basically the demand zone. So basically if price gets down there, a lot of demand is here. So basically buyers, I am expecting buyers to step in and finally push the price down. But as I said, it all depends on the stock market, and for the altcoins it also depends on what the Bitcoin dominance will do, since right now on the weekly we seem to be turning once again to the upside. On the daily, in my opinion, we did have right here kind of a bullish divergence confirming after getting very oversold. So right now on the daily, the Bitcoin dominance is still showing strength overall. On the bigger picture, as I said, we did not yet lose this trend line. We want to see that trend line lost in order for the altcoins to continue pushing hard. And so yes guys, this will be it for today's quick update video, since it is Sunday, not a lot to cover. And I hope you liked it. Subscribe for the channel, follow me on X, and remember to trade on KSX, basically 0 spot fees and 0 maker and 0.01 taker on futures, basically the lowest fees. You can sign up using my link down below in the description, or you can sign up using my code, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye.